Alright, so let's go ahead and do a simple image analysis. So I'm going to run FLS against this image to list all the files that are in the root directory. To search recursively, all I have to do is come over here and then it will search this directory recursively. Now, you may not see the difference for this image because, there is really not a lot of any folder per se on this image, but if I were to run it against my other image here, you could see I have several images here. I have several directories here. Doc, it's a directory. Pictures, pics is a directory. Otherwise, if I were to run it without the -r, which will search recursively, it will just simply go, through the, directory. If you want to see what the options that we have here, I will suggest you run FLS-h, and you would see that -r that I specified earlier will allow me to recurse on directory entries for this particular image. So just run a quick information that I would like to share with you over here. So now I have run this file, and we're going to try to recover these files. The two files that are most important to us is, at least for the sake of this exercise, we're going to recover one deleted and the other one that is not deleted. We're not going to work for this file, just not for this exercise. To recover a file, you just have to simply run icat, which will point to the inode of a particular given file on a given image. In this case, the image is image here, and we're going to point to the inode number, which is going to be 5, and ideally we want to kind of point this, redirect this into a file name, and I can simply call it Jimmy.doc, and if I were to do this, it will redirect the file, and now I have a file here called Jimmy.doc. I can easily download this file and examine the content of this file. If I want to do that, I'm going to run to pwd, which is my personal working directory, copy this, and I'm going to come over here and say download, and I will specify this, and I will come over here and type jimmy.doc, and if I do that, I can essentially just come over here and download the file, and it will try to open the file for me. I'm trying to look at the file in a different window, and you could easily see the file here, that it has indeed actually opened the file for me. You can view the content of the file. This is essentially how to recover a file, from your Linux environment, especially when you're working in a, Google Cloud Platform environment. All right, so that is relatively easy one to work with. We're going to close this file, but then we're going to proceed and work on another one that may not be so easy. Now, one thing that I need to show you also on this file that we just recovered, I don't have to really actually extract out this file. If I don't want to, I can use something like istat to gather more information. istat is like giving me statistics about this particular inode number 5. And if I were to do that, you can see istat tells me this file is not allocated, which means this file is deleted. Tells me the size of this file, and it tells me the starting block location of this file and the ending block. And if you had it, since a block is 512, so you can multiply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 8 by 5. That's 8 times 5. That would pretty much be like 40. So that will account for this size of the file. So this information is telling us that this particular file that is using this inode number 5 has been deleted and is sitting on a starting block number 33 all the way down to 72. Okay, now let me quickly show you another way that I can recover this file. Is actually I've used iCat. With iCat, all the information of this file is accurately preserved, and that is very, very important. If I were to run file against Gmail, I can see quite a lot of information. It's actually a Word document file. That's what file analysis does for me. Very, very, very important. You don't want to miss that context. You can also see that it tells us when the file was written, and I told you guys that the written date. For now, you could look at it as your the day that the file was deleted. We will talk a little bit more about that later on. So let's go ahead and extract another file here. So I cut for this image, and let me bring up this file again, so in case you've forgotten what we were working on. I want to go ahead and extract this so-called JPEG file. So I run iCat just like we did earlier. Go image, and here I'm mentioning number 5. Now I'm going to try and recover the file. Let's just call this file cover.jpg. You can use any name. And what this command does is help me copy out a file with this inode number from its location and redirect the output into a file named cover.jpg. If I press enter now, we're going to do something similar to what we did earlier. Your present working directory is this, and going to try and download the file. I'm going to say cover.jpg. Going to try and download it. So tells me the file has been downloaded already. I'm going to save it out, and I'm going to try and open the file. I want you to see what is it that I get. Here is what I get out here. It actually tells me that it looks like we don't support this file format. I couldn't open the file. So then you're left wondering what is going on. We try to open the file, but the file is not, it's not opening. It's like it's corrupt or something like that. Well, what's wrong? We will try and find out. And this is when you run into a situation where this iCat doesn't work. Either because the file is corrupt, either the file is not where it's supposed to be. Something is wrong. We're going to try to investigate it. The first place to start, which is a good place to start, is to run istat about the file. So I'm going to come over here and say, give me some statistics about this file, and press enter here. And you can see the file is allocated, which means the file is not deleted. It tells me the size of the file, and it tells me the block that the file is occupying. The first thing that jumps out at you right here is a big discrepancies. If this file is indeed 15,000 plus bytes in size, how come it's only occupying just one block? Well, let's try and do the easiest first. Let's check what is inside this block number. I'm going to use blkcat. It's a good command to use. Again, I'm going to pipe it and say use hexadecimal view to display the content of what we're looking at here, and I'm going to say 451. And you can see when I look inside this block as shown here, it's just a filler. There's nothing in this block, and it's certainly not a picture file, because if it's a picture file, it will have a magic number for a picture, which will be FFD8, FFE0, or E1, and so on and so forth. But this is F6, F6. It's not a picture file. So it looks like this information is not correct. So then where do we go from here? Well, here is one thing that we would like to do. We want to step back. We know this file is not deleted. So if we look at the entire image, since the image is very small, it's a floppy image, we will potentially might be able to see where these files are sitting and just look at all the files that are on the image itself. So run fsstart and I run it against the image. Now you can see that I have the layout of my disk 0 and 1 to 9, which is my file allocation table. FAT0 and FAT1 is a backup of FAT0. Data area, your root directory starts right immediately after FAT0, and you can copy any files there. And the cluster area is actually where your files are actually seated. So very important information. You go down here, you see the content of the file, which means that these are the content of this file that are not deleted. If you remember earlier on when we ran FLS against this image, we saw there are 3 files there majorly. Jimmy Jungle, that is deleted. You can see that over here from Google Star. So we have these 2 other files here that are not deleted. So we know most likely these 2 files are corresponding to these 2 contents. We just don't know which one is which. So very interesting for us. So we can start from here by eliminating where is Jimmy Jungle located. What is the block number of Jimmy Jungle? And by that we do what we've done earlier on and come over here and say, where's Jimmy Jungle? We know Jimmy Jungle is not represented here because the FAT content does not include deleted files. We run this one here and we can see Jimmy Jungle start from 33 and end at 72. So Jimmy is right ahead here, and you can see Jimmy's ends at 72, and here there's another file that starts right after Jimmy Jungle and another file starts right after that. So this is kind of helping us. So let's go ahead and look at these 2 blocks to see which one of them is JPEG potentially. And if you're wondering why are we just looking at the first block, because your file signature will always be at the first couple of bytes of the first block of the location of the file. So I'm going to go ahead and look at 73 and I'm going to look at 104 to determine which one of them is JPEG potentially. So I'm going to go over here, enter 73, and right there you can see the first block here, block 73. File signature is FFD8, FFD0. That means we have a JPEG sitting here. Is it possible for us to have more than one JPEG? It's possible. Let's look at the other starting block here, which will be 104. And you can tell this is not a JPEG. What kind of file is it? You know. And by the way, like I told you earlier on, when we use blackhat-h, we're just displaying the hexadecimal view of this file, and here is your ASCII here on the other column. If you would like to kind of see what we're trying to do here, you can actually go online and look for the file signature of any given file. And I will show you one here really quick. If I type file signature, so I go to Gary Kessler, and I can look up what file it is. So this is 50. I'll come over here and go to 50 space 4B space 03 space 04. As you can see, this is a zip file. See? It's a zip file. So the second file is a zip file, not what we're looking for. The first one looks like more likely like the file we're looking for. So go back to the FS style that we have over here before. Looks like we're interested in this block. How do we recover this file? Because we know earlier from our earlier result that we will not be able to recover this file using the inode number, because the inode number is pointing to a wrong information. Somebody must have tampered with this to make it difficult for us to do a forensic recovery. So we can do a data carving using the block information. So how do we do that? We're going to use our BLK card, and this time around I'm not going to use -H because I'm not trying to display it in hexadecimal on the screen. I'm going to then come over here and type image, then I'm going to say 73, and then so this argument here is saying what is the starting block number, and 73 to 103, that is 31. You can see the number here, 31, that's the number of blocks. So 73 is the starting block, and then the next argument will be how many number of blocks should I count. So we're saying 31, and then we'll use a redirector here, and then I can say what name should we call the file now? Let's call this one page.jpg. Press enter here, and then we're going to do what we've always done earlier on. Go and recover the file. Go to download. Put it over here. Over here, page.jpg. Go to download. I'm going to save the file here. We're going to try to open the file up, and now you can see we've successfully recovered the file by simply running through a recovery of the file using block information. So I've just shown you another way to recover a file. You can either recover it using the inode information, but sometimes the inode information is not correct or not possible, as in this case. We've recovered this file using the block information. I hope you find this video useful. Thank you for watching.